Well, hello there. It's me. I'm here for another 2 hours or so. Gonna play a few little tunes and talk some horse shit, and we'll see what else happens. Just heard Monitor with Beak. That's from a World Imitation single. They put that out themselves in 1979. The other side of that is called Pet Wedding and is, I'd say, equally as entertaining. So, yeah, I'll move along to the songs. Next, we got Westkust from Sweden. The song is Swebeach. It's taken from an album they put out last year through Luxury. And yeah, other than that, you know, Zach is going to pop by with I'm Allowed. There's a set of laughing and crying vocalists to come. A whole assortment of the usual music. Me probably not talking too much. Probably not going to talk too much about live shows because who knows when those are going to happen again. But most importantly is, yeah, there's a whole lot of music. Too much for me to get through in 2 hours, probably. So, without me wasting any more time,
Austin, you're on the air. Good morning. We're doing open phones.
Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
As I was riding across the plains, I spied a rambling phantom train, bound for nowhere, bound for nowhere. I heard a wailing, ghostly shriek. It echoed from a mountain peak. This was my last ride. This was my last ride. I roamed the plains for many years, through troubles, happiness, and tears. This was my last ride. This was my last ride. My loving days have ended, my broken heart's not mended. How well I do remember the day she said goodbye. The day she said goodbye. The plain, I spied a rambling phantom train, bound for nowhere, bound for nowhere. I heard a wailing, ghostly shriek. It echoed from a mountain peak. This was my last ride. This was my last ride. I roamed the plains for many years, through troubles, happiness, and tears. This was my last ride. This was my last ride. My loving days have ended, my broken heart's not mended. How well I do remember the day
today. Smiles across the USA. No Lehman Jones, no doubt. It's glorious somehow. Across the USA, no Lehman Jones, no doubt. It's glorious somehow.
That was the Mymmelins, Nature is the House, from their 2019 self-released album Moxie Bravado. They're from Finland. They have a lot of other things up on their Bandcamp page. The mymmelins.bandcamp.com. That's THEMYMMELINS.bandcamp.com. Also heard the Dukes with Last Ride. That was recorded in 1956 and, to my knowledge, never properly released. So these people at Rhythm and Blues Records put out a compilation, or I guess maybe a few of them, and this one that it's from is called Rumba Doowop Volume 2, 1955 to 1956. Before the Dukes, FRIGS from Toronto with Talking Pictures. That's on their album Basic Behaviour, put out by Arts and Crafts in 2018. What else do we have? We had UZS, which is what I'll call them and what they often refer to themselves as, from Poland. It's a song called, we'll see how well I pronounce this, Świat ma Kształt. and that was released through Antena Krzyku in 2019 as part of a larger record. I seen their release show in Krakow. They're really good. What else do we got? Billy Stevens before that, Sneak Attack from a single released by Kid Glove in 1968. And we started with me doing a horribly loud echo thing into Westkust's Swebeach. That's from their self-titled album put out last year by Luxury. What I'm going to play for you next is a song by Hana Zagorová. It's about a kitten, as in a young cat, learning how to read. It comes from a concept album that was released in 1971 called Boublík. The title is Kočičí Slabikář, and I thank Petra for telling me what exactly the subject matter of this song is, as I don't think I ever would have noticed it otherwise, since it's in Czech.
Na písku si hrálo kotě strakatý a ten písek sahal mu až někam na paty. Kolem nebyl nikdo v dálce ani na blízku a tak ptali jsme se, s čím si hraje na písku. Co to máš? Kotě v zubech trhá divný kousky papíru, trochu podobá se malinkýmu upíru. Kotě, řekni, co to všechno píšou v notýsku, který spokojeně trháš právě na písku. Co to máš? Vždyť já se učím číst a s knihou hrát, někdy i prát, a trochu číst a trochu hrát, a trochu prát, a trochu číst a trochu hrát, a trochu číst. Jo, já se učím číst. Vezmu kotěti tu knihu jako dublíka, vidím, jsou to paměti od mistra Boublíka. Kotě netuší, co zahrabalo do písku a jaký poklad mělo vlastně na blízku. Kam ho dám? Tyhle vzácné listy skrýjí brzy trezory, na 100 zámků všem koťatům navzdory. Avšak pro jistotu pozorujte koťata, co to píšou Boublíkovým na brata. Umí psát a číst se učí též. Číst, jo, kotě umí číst.
Name a yellow fruit.
Orange. Duh.
Please hold my hand, caress me till tomorrow. I hate to be around this many frantic sound. Cause wait to be around me till tomorrow. Wake me up, wake me up. I hate to go downstairs. If you ever meet me there, take my hand, I'm fast asleep. Wake me up when you leave. When you leave. When you leave. When you
What a perfect song that is. Wake Me Up by Crush. That comes from an EP they put out just this month called Sundown. You can find it at crush.bandcamp.com. I really hope whenever things go back to normal, I'll get the opportunity to see them live, because I just recently found them and I think they're really phenomenal as a band, and that EP proves it. Before Crush, we heard Black Eyes with Deformative. That's such a wild record. That came out through Discord in 2003. It's a self-titled album. They did a follow-up to that, which you can also find at their Bandcamp page. Both of their records are there. I didn't really like the second record quite so much. It gets a little too abstract, but yeah, that self-titled record just knocks it out of the park. Before Black Eyes, it was Foammm with the Freedom Club interlude from a self-titled release that was put out last year through Sheep Chase. Then there was the Contrails with the Mummy Walk, Walking Death, from a single that came out in 1966 through Diamond. What else? Hélène Barbier, the song was Not So Impressed, from her release Have You Met Elliott? That was put out last year through Caballito. And to start, Hana Zagorová with Kočičí Slabikář from the concept record Boublík, released by the Czechoslovakian state-run label Supraphon. And it's really peculiar that I wonder, do I want to know what the concept of that record is? I haven't been able to really find that much about it online. Maybe it's just better off me knowing that song is about a kitten learning to read and then looking at the poorly translated lyrics through Google Translate to try and decipher what that's all about. I do know the idea is about a man of the same name, that is Boublík being his last name, but I haven't been able to find anything pertaining to him online. I don't know if he's a fictitious character that was created for the sake of the record or if he actually existed, but we'll see. Maybe I'll find out. Anyhow, gonna play Shakedown by the Lincoln Trio here next. That came through Fascination in 1962 as part of a single.
Ich und mein Speedboot sind die Kings vom Strand. Monsterwelle, Superkick Brand. Ich und mein Speedboot sind die Kings vom Strand.
It started raining avocados from my avocado tree.
Was this man barking up the wrong tree?
I told him, get the hell out of my tree. He says, I'm going to pick your avocados, old man. What are you going to do about it?
What would prompt you to do something so stupid, sir?
Guacamole. Next, Judge Judy.
Somebody please
Yeah. So, that was a song by Nomi Koman, The Waves Are Back, from a release called The Tide. They put that out last year through Salvation. Features members of the band Black Media. I don't know if they're still active as Black Media or if they just totally shifted their attention to Nomi Koman, but anyhow, they're really great as Black Media, and it's nice to see them still churning out quality stuff. My band played with them back in, 2016? They're pretty cool people. Let's see. Also, we heard from Mary Sands. Would She Do That For You? That was to go in reverse order, as I usually do. I don't know if that was ever properly released. It came out on a compilation featuring music by Gary S. Paxton that he produced. I was looking it up online, and there are singles that were created for it, but I don't know if they're just for demonstration or promotional purposes or something. Anyhow, what I'd seen is it was circulated on a 7-inch record in 1965 through Big Ben Records. Before Mary Sands, Postcards from Lebanon, as in the band is named Postcards, they are from Lebanon. The song is called Spiderwebs. Comes from their album The Good Soldier, which came out this year. They were supposed to do some shows in at least Germany, maybe elsewhere in Europe over the course of this month. I'd seen on their Bandcamp page. I hope they actually got to do some because, it's always a shame when you have to travel all that way and then something kind of derails your plans, like has been the case for so many other people these days. But anyhow, they're a recent discovery of mine. I was on vacation for the past 2 weeks and spent a very large portion of my time digging through Bandcamp pages, and they were one of the notable finds from that whole thing. So, yeah, that's Postcards. Before Postcards, another find of mine from the past week or so, Bishan, and this song, Speed Boot, comes from a split with Ponies auf Pump, and that was put out by Apocaplexy in 2019. And to start things, the Lincoln Trio with Shakedown from a single that Fascination Records released in 1962. So, maybe or maybe not, you hear this great little tune in the back. And seeing as how we're halfway through the show and that song is playing, it indicates it's time for I'm Allowed with Zach Coons. So I'm going to give dear old Zach a call right now. I understand he's in rural Ohio. I was able to speak with him briefly earlier to make sure the connection was stable. So here's hoping that is still the case. I wonder if he's there. Or if his phone's...
Hello there. How are you?
Oh, hey, pal. I was just wondering if things are going to work out. But, yeah, just in the nick of time. You're there.
Oh, man.
What are you up to?
Yeah, what was the trouble?
And the phone just seemed to be ringing for longer than anticipated. So I don't know if it was just a matter of it has to go through all the rigmarole of connecting between where I am and where you are, or, that kind of stuff. I don't profess to understand the nature of such systems.
Well, it was on my end because I was actually answering a question, and I felt my phone like buzzing, and it was a question about something that was on my mind, actually, something that I was going to talk about.
Well, let's hear it.
Actually, I was going to talk about two dreams I had. I had a dream. I'm here with your friend and mine, Mark McGuire, not the legendary home run hitter, but the legendary guitarist from Emeralds. He's here. We're here at near the Serpent Mound.
Ooh.
Hey.
And I had a dream last night that you and Mark were both in it, but I can't remember what the dream was.
You remember?
Yeah, you were there. What was it about?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of rings a bell, but I'm drawing a blank here too. And Mark, you don't have any recollection, I guess.
There was a bell in there.
Safety bell.
But then I've been having this. So the reason it took me a second to pick up the phone was I was telling this crowd of people this really bizarre dream I've been having, wherein so I'm in one of those, you know, like those 19th century beds that have like the curtains all around them.
The old four-poster,
like in movies or whatever. I've never actually been in one, but I've seen one. I've like seen them in movies. Did you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, kind of like the movie The Bed. Have you ever seen that?
The Man?
No, The Bed. It's a movie about this bed that kind of deceives people into sleeping in it, and then it devours them, and it's a really painful, torturous death that they go through while it devours them. And there's this guy in a painting. He's trapped in the painting, kind of behind it in the wall, and he's sort of the narrator, and he just has this great contempt for the bed. And yeah, it's something worth seeing anyway if you haven't actually seen it.
I have not seen it, no, but it sounds like, that's a similar bed situation.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe that's what the dream was about.
That doesn't happen in my dream at all.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. That rules out my theory.
No, it's like it doesn't devour me or anything, but it's more like so I'm in this bed, but I think it is the same kind of bed you're talking about that has like it has like these billowy curtains all around it.
Yep.
I'm laying down sleeping, and this giant German Shepherd bounds through the curtains, gets on my bed and gets on my chest and looks at me in the eyes. And I feel like this, I think everybody knows this feeling of feeling like lovesick, like you just feel like you're in love, but it hurts you. You're in love so much. You know that feeling?
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, all too well.
I had that terrible feeling. So, like, that dog is standing on my chest looking at my eyes, and I had that feeling, and then the dog goes it's a really big bed, probably like a king-size bed, and the dog goes right next to the bed and pisses all over the goddamn bed. Can you believe that?
Well, when you woke up, did you have to piss?
No, that's the funny thing. And so the dog bounds off after he pisses all over my bed. The dog bounds off into this room, and so I can see out the window for the first time. And out the window is this this endless valley, basically, with like fog billowing in, more or less. So I've been thinking about that dream, and then we're here at the Serpent Mound with this our friend who is a chief, and he suggested that in the dream that it may be a friend of mine that I think is a friend, is the dog is man's best friend, and he's a friend of mine that I think is a friend is actually just pissing all over my bed. I'm going to put some thought into that.
Who is it?
Yeah, who is it? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
A good crew of friends, but
yep.
And maybe that's not it, but that's worth considering. Who's pissing on my goddamn bed?
If anything, it's suitable metaphorical subject matter for future lyric composition.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's gonna work. That's gonna worm its way in. Hey, Rory, are you familiar with like baseball, like 1990s baseball at all?
Very limited knowledge at best.
I'm sure the listeners are very familiar.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone in the Czech Republic and beyond knows the 1990s rosters very well. Well, this is the reason I asked that question is it's a segue to a story that I would like Mark to tell. So there's to preface the story, there's truly, well, I'll tell you, there's two parts to this story. So Mark McGuire, is both the name of my very good friend and also the name of a very, very, like, just truly one of the best home run hitters of all time. And so one time, Mark and I were playing the show together, and this drunk kid, I mean, this kid must have been drinking all goddamn day. And Mark comes in kind of frenzied, just got there, and this kid stands up, and I know you can't see my hands, but he does like this beckoning forward kind of motion with his hands, and he says, "The legendary home run hitter, Mark McGwire." Yeah. And Mark, you could just see like this peevish look on Mark's face. I'm sure he's just got his entire goddamn life, like, oh,
yeah.
But Mark,
man.
actually, I'm going to pass this story. I'm going to pass this on to Mark because he has a really funny story about the legendary home run hitter, Mark McGwire, and his early life. So I'm going to pass this on to him if it's okay.
Absolutely.
Well, Rory, this takes me back to the year 1991, and I was about 4 years old, and we had a neighbor who worked at the baseball stadium downtown, so he knew, my name and my father's name, Mark McGwire. So when Mark McGwire's team came to town, he said, "Hey, I should get an autograph for my neighbor." So we went and got an autograph for his little 4-year-old neighbor, Mark McGwire, and I got a poster signed by him that said, "Dear Mark, be good, have fun, signed, the real Mark McGwire." And I'm this 4-year-old kid like, wait a second, real Mark? I was like, what does that make me? I was like, okay, buddy. And ever since then, I've kind of had it out for the guy.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he became very famous for being a home run hitter, but he was using steroids the whole time. And he had the nerve to call me not real and say that he was real. And so I've kind of carried that my whole life. And if I seem like I have a chip on my shoulder, that might be the only reason. So I want to thank your listeners for allowing me to speak and have this time. Thank you, Rory.
If anything, I would say the quote-unquote real Mark McGwire, as in the baseball player, the self-described Mark McGwire, might be just trying to overcompensate for something there. He didn't want any other Mark McGwires to try and usurp his, whatever Mark McGwire-ness. But, yeah, I'd consider you the real Mark McGwire.
Start it all over again.
Yeah.
He's mad.
Isn't that a great story?
Yeah, it is a good story. I think there's so many more tasteful ways he could have signed that poster, too. Like, especially if it's a 4-year-old kid.
I hope I have the chance one day to confront him about it. And be like, you know what, man? You really, you were not a very good role model.
No.
You juiced, and you insult, and you basically implied a 4-year-old isn't real, and you're real only. Like, just not a great guy.
As if there aren't any other Mark McGwires around.
I'd say there's more Mark McGwires. There's definitely 2 notable Mark McGwires. One is the legendary guitarist from Emeralds, Mark McGwire. And then one is the legendary slugger from the Oakland A's, Mark McGwire. Those are the 2 most notable Mark McGwires. There's other ones out there, but I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say they're not real.
There's another one on Spotify right now. There's a new Mark McGwire on Spotify, and you know what? I have a feeling he's not real, but I'm not going to be the one to tell him. I would never, have the nerve to do something like that.
Let me go on record here. Let me go on Czech Public Radio and say the other Mark McGwire that is not the legendary guitar player for the Emeralds isn't real. Let me go ahead and say this. The only Zach Coons on Spotify is going to say there's only one Mark McGwire that deserves to be on Spotify, and he is the legendary guitar player from Emeralds.
Even though he's not real.
Even though the legendary home run hitter, Mark McGwire, said that he's not real.
Yeah, I guess the question is, who are you going to believe here? Who's the correct authority to kind of follow the lead with?
Well, I don't hear Mark McGwire having anything. I don't hear Mark McGwire the slugger having anything to say in this conversation.
Nope.
I don't hear him piping up.
Yeah.
Never seen him.
Cool.
Never laid eyes on him. Yeah, I don't know. I think I know where my vote lies for this.
All the juicing he did.
Oh. So I hope that clears up any, confusion that might have been, floating around.
Yeah, that's it, folks. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got a chance to I know there's a lot of people out there in the Czech Republic wondering who is the real Mark McGwire. Now they've had their answer. Not the juicer, not the legendary home run hitter, and not the other guy that's on Spotify. There's only one real Mark McGwire, and that is the legendary guitar shredder.
Yep.
from the Emerald.
Except no substitutes.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to clear all this up today, buddy.
Yep. Gets my vote. What are you guys going to do today? You going to start some fires or something? That seems to be another hot topic, if I may.
You know what? Not only, so I started that fire earlier, and it took me for goddamn ever to get that thing going. But it is roaring hot in there.
It's truly,
it's roaring hot in there. It's like that time you made that fire when we were both plastered in Slovenia, and I went upstairs to stay in that like place for like where the seven dwarfs slept, basically. But it was like a hobo version of that, where we had to climb that big goddamn ladder.
I do, yeah. Which I try to avoid generally, especially when I'm drunk.
Yeah, no joke. And you stay downstairs and you were like, I'm building this fire. And it took you a real long time, and you were so shit-faced. And somehow you did. I remember like getting up in the middle of the night, having to piss, and you were down there just enjoying that fire. It is very satisfying when you build one.
It is, yeah. You feel like you really accomplished something. It's also satisfying when you burn a lot of documentation that isn't yours, and other people probably don't want you to burn, but when it gets really cold, you got to do what you got to do.
And that's right. Burn valuable documents. That's what I do when it gets cold.
Yep.
And that's also what I do when it gets warm. And that's also what I do when it's medium outside. I'm always burning valuable documents.
On a day like today, what better activity is there?
Yeah, but we're actually going to build an even bigger fire because we're going to be in a sweat lodge later. So we got to build a big fire to get the stones really hot. So we're going to build a fire around the stones and bring them into this lodge area we have and pour water on them so they get all steamy and really hot. So we built that fire, and now we're going to build another fire here in maybe like an hour or two. So yeah, we're going to. Basically, now we're sitting in this piping hot house because I got this fire roaring in here, and now we're going to sit in that roaring hot lodge here in about 2 hours and just roast like a couple of potatoes.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well get used to it.
Yeah, it's hotter all the time out here.
Yep. All right, fellers. Well, I think maybe it's time to cap it off, and especially as the old connection seems to be getting a little crackly on top of that. So I'm glad we managed to
the heat.
Yeah, get some pretty important issues sorted out here. We know who the real Mark McGwire is, and once everything goes back to normal, I look forward to seeing both you guys in Columbus again. It's a high priority item on my list to return and party down in that fair city with you guys. So
likewise,
can't wait to have you, bye buddy.
Yeah, whenever the hell things go back to a point when travel is possible within a reasonable amount of time and what have you. So we'll talk more about that later. But anyhow, I wish you fellers the best in your sweat lodge endeavors, and be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you, my buddy. Talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Dope shot.
See ya. Well, there you go, folks. Zach Coons and Mark McGwire. We'll move on to a topic I'm sure both of those fellers would appreciate for our next set, and that is the promised laughing and crying vocalists. So we'll start off with the undisputed kings of laughing and crying on recordings, Jackie and the Starlights, with a song titled, most appropriately, They Laughed at Me.
They laughed at me when I said I love you so. And you told all your friends, go and see this fool. And they laughed at me when I said I need you so. And I never wanted you to go. Let them laugh, let them laugh, let them all laugh. Because somewhere, someday, someone's gonna laugh at you. You stood there, baby, with all your friends. You kept on laughing. You kept on laughing, I don't know. But you were laughing at me with all your friends. They just kept on saying, ah, ha, 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 oh, see, ah, ha, 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 oh, 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 hey, hey, oh, oh, hey, hey, ah, ah, oh, ah, ha, 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 let them laugh, let them laugh, let them all laugh. Because somewhere, someday, someone's gonna laugh at you. It's an old saying, baby. He who laughs last, laughs the best. And I'm gonna have the last laugh. You'll come running back to me, and I'm gonna laugh right in your face. I'm gonna say, whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha,
I wanna know, do you still love me? And I wanna know if I steal a little place in your heart. I wanna know, do you still need me as you did before? Yeah, yeah. I wanna know, do you ever think about me, baby, when you lay your head on your pillow and I'm not there to hold you and kiss you and squeeze you as I used to do? I wanna know, 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 I wanna know. Darling, when you lay your head on your pillow at night, do you ever think of me and wish now and then that I was there to hold you tight as I used to do? You remember? for? I wanna know. 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 I wanna know.
I hear you knocking on my door. You can't come in. I don't want you no more. You're too late, my darling. You're too late.
The morning I left you on train number 9, I didn't realize what I was leaving behind until it was too late,
You took my heart, torn it apart. You played a game that you know you couldn't win.
please, boy, give me, take me back and see. I never make that same mistake again.
You're too late. I've found somebody new, and she loved me like I once loved you. You're too late, my darling. You're too late.
Maminka napekla koláče, aby mi nebylo do pláče, když už to zlý osud dopustil, že mi můj miláček opustil. Tatínek koupil mi korále, abych se smála i nadále, aby mi nebylo dobré, až i ten druhý mi uteče. Přesto se slzy dostanou ke rtům, až bude zemí uspanou náš dům, až vyjde večernice nad horní Počernice. A potom plakání před spánkem, oči si usuším copánkem, neboť jak radí mi přátelé, na všechno musí se vesele. Zemí uspanou náš dům, až vyjde večernice nad horní Počernice. A potom plakání před spánkem, oči si usuším copánkem, neboť jak radí mi přátelé, na všechno musí se vesele, na se vesele, vesele.
Yeah. Jackie and the Starlights. As started the set, I had him close out the set because, again, nobody does laughing and crying better than Jackie and the Starlights. At least in the context of a song. Maybe some people do it better, as a dramatic thing or as a personal breakdown kind of scenario. But yeah, we'll leave it at that, as was the theme of the song, laughing and crying by the vocalist. So that actually marks the first occasion I've played the same song twice so far, which maybe isn't so much of an achievement since this is only show number 4. But yeah, I played that one, I think, the first time I did this show, something like that. So that was put out in 1960 through the Fury label as part of a single. Before Jackie and the Starlights, it was Yvonne Prinosolova with Lyrica z Stredniczek. That was also from a single that came out in 1965 through Supraphon. And as I said last week when I played that...
why don't I say it fucking right?
Or I guess Jack Rebney said that for me. That's kind of another guilty thing. I played that last week, but it just fit in too well to the whole thing for this week. That what's the harm in playing it again, I guess. So yeah, before that, Tar Heel Slim and Little Ann with It's Too Late, taken from a single through Fire Records in 1959. Then there was Crawling Chaos, Trouty Hobbin, Comrade Dolphin, from their album Wakaz that they put out through their own Fetus Products label in 1985. Before Crawling Chaos, Ada Ray, I No Longer Believe in Miracles, from a single released by Zeld's Records in 1962. Then there was Nolan Strong and the Diablos, I Want to Know. Again, from a single, this one appearing by means of Fortune in 1959. And to start off our crying and laughing vocalist set, it was Jackie and the Starlights, They Laughed at Me, from 1962, a single that came out through Fire and Fury. Coincidentally, one of the songs that I played, it was the one by Tar Heel Slim and Little Ann, was called It's Too Late. This next one is in Hungarian, but apparently the title translates to It's Too Late if Google Translate is to be believed. The actual name of the song is Késő Már, and it's performed by Sarolta Zalatné. It's part of an album known as Almoj or Almodi Velem. I don't know. My Hungarian is certainly not up to snuff. It came out by means of Pepita, the state-run label, in 1972.
És szólnál hozzám, én eltagadnám könnyeim. Ha mégis újra itt lennél, és szótlan állnál, én megérteném a csöndet is. De többé nem kérem, de többé nem érzem. Már emlékégtek, ó, a régi képek, késő már, a vágy dala nem vigasztal, tudod jól, közöttünk meghalt már az a dal, ó, az a dal, késő már, a vágy dala nem vigasztal, tudod jól, közöttünk meghalt már az a dal, ó, az a dal, a napok viharában. Ha mégis újra megkérnél, hogy nézzek rád, én eltakarnám két szemem. Ha mégis úgy átölelnél, mint ahogy rég, én nem találnám két kezem. De többé nem kérem, de többé nem érzem. Már emlékké égtek, ó, a régi képek, késő már, a vágy dala nem vigasztal, tudod jól, közöttünk meghalt már az a dal, ó, az a dal, késő már, a vágy dala nem vigasztal, tudod jól, közöttünk meghalt már az a dal, ó, az a dal, a napok viharában, a napok viharában, a napok viharában.
Tell me Each and every time I see you written, each and every way that you are formed, it's like your signature before me. Every way, each way you'll scroll. From the preparatory shutter, the fountain pen deposits some ink upon the blotter, and then the letters fall out from it, each and every time and each, as if still in your prime, like a giant ship of knowledge that's being beached. Each and every time I see you written, each and every way that you are formed, is like your signature before me. Every way, each way you'll scroll. Take down the thunder from the sky. From your one eye, each man is honest. Make your redundant Stone Age cry. You're not allowed to each his own nest. Each and every time, your eyes still all blaze. Every time you peached, another giant library that has been raised. Each and every time I see you written, each and every way that you are formed, it's like your signature before me. Every way, each way you'll scroll.
It's a sick, sick, sick world, and it's waiting for you.
never gonna be. And yet sometimes in my dreams I hear
Sundown, I miss you, sundown. I need you, sundown. Come on, come on, come on, come on back to me. Come on, come on, come on, come on back to me. I need you, sundown. I need you, sundown.
there's no hands ever reached for me. There's never gonna be. There's no one meant for only me. There's never gonna be. And yet sometimes in my dreams I hear
Sundown, I miss you, sundown. I want you, sundown. Come on, come on, come on, come on back to me. Come on, come on, come on, come on back to me. I love you, sundown. I love you, sundown.
sometimes in my
I
dreams
love you, sundown.
I hear
I love you, sundown.
sometimes in my dreams.
You know it. Lee Hazelwood and Nancy Sinatra, Sundown, Sundown. It really doesn't get much better than that. That comes from Nancy and Lee, put out by Reprise Records in 1968. Also heard before that Youth from Belgium. The song was Domesticated. That came from something they put out last year, known as If Witches Were Horses, Homicidal Beggars Could Ride. And that was released by the Stad Skanker label. Then there was People Here, Life to Lists was the song. That was on their EP Outlast the Earth. That was self-released in 2017. Then what did we hear? Aside from me screwing around with the echo. Gid Tanner and his Skillet Lickers with Riley Puckett. You gotta quit kicking my dog around, because we do not support animal abuse in any shape or form at Aw Man Radio. So yeah, that was taken from a 78 RPM single, I guess you could call it, even though people didn't really call them singles then. And that was, out in 1926 by means of Columbia Records. Then there was Mick Harvey, To Each His Own, a very satisfying and well-composed song from an album that's one of my favorites, Sketches from the Book of the Dead, which Mute Records released in 2011. It was an absolute pleasure to see Mick play as part of the Pop Crimes tribute to Roland S. Howard in London last month. I think he had a pretty big hand in the organization of the thing, as wouldn't really surprise me knowing his history and passion for just making sure everything can be as good as it can be musically and from a logistical standpoint. But my favorite part of the whole set was watching Mick play drums for Roland's solo record renditions that were, I guess, the latter half of the evening. He played drums on all the stuff that Roland would have put out for Pop Crimes and Teenage Snuff Film that the whole crew there played. And yeah, it's something else to see Mick on drums, as anybody else who's seen him would attest to. Before Mick Harvey, it was Sprada Lippen with Vormir. Comes from Schleifen. That was put out in 2018 by the Latence label. And to start, Sarolta Zalatne Keshumar, released in 1972 by Hungary's Pepita label as part of an LP. And again, the translation of the title meaning "It's Too Late," which is a real heartbreaker. I don't know what the lyrics actually say, but thinking of the tone of the song and the name of it, that's enough to tug on my heartstrings for sure. So yeah, I guess big thanks to everybody who listened this week. This marks the 1 month anniversary of this whole radio internet thing I'm doing. And yeah, in tradition, I guess I'll keep it going a little bit later than the promised 2 hours. I'm going to play a song by The Fall to close things out called Rod, or R-O-D as it's known. And that came out through, or was part of Ben Sinister, the release that appeared in 1986. This whole thing I just did over the last 2 hours will be available as a downloadable MP3 at the website, which you've probably already located since you're listening at this point. I'll be back again next week, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. That's all there is. There ain't no more.
Just look after yourself, as they always say, because no one else will.
Let us get the fuck out of here.
Be seeing you.
And you.